Obviously, you guys know if you ask, you will definitely receive. This story takes place back when I was in 6th or 7th grade. I have already primed my lids with my concealer and set it with my powder. Now, when I was in 4th grade, my parents had bought this house. This house that we had bought was built in the early 1900s. I believe it was built in 1930, so maybe not early, but early. The town that I lived in also was surrounded with history. Everybody knew everybody, everybody was kin to everybody, except for me and my family. We were not from that town. We didn't have any family that lived in that town because all of our family either lives in New Jersey or Florida. Now, this town was a very morbid town. It was small, and it was, I don't know, it felt like every other day somebody was dying. Whether that was a car accident, whether it was murder, whether it was sudden death, constantly everybody in this town was dying. I thought it was so familiar that when I moved out of that town and people died and people took death in shock, I was confused because I was like, this isn't normal? This town was horrible. Horrible. Well, the house that we bought was still very occupied by deceased residents. They were never shy to let us know they were obviously there. And these spirits were not kind ones. They truly made my life a living hell. I lived there from 4th grade all the way to 10th grade, and some of the stories that have happened there are absolutely traumatizing. Well, it eventually became so common to see these ghosts around my house, I figured maybe if I'm not scared of them, they won't bother me. So when I would do the dishes, I often noticed that the spirit would stand behind me. Every time I did these dishes, she was a pregnant woman with short brown hair and a green shirt with blue jean pants. You need to remember that. That is so incredibly important. She always would stand behind me while I would do the dishes. Oh, it's giving me the heebie-jeebies talking about it because, again, I had such a traumatizing time in that house that I don't know, I just get scared. If it's other ghost stories, I could do it, but this house was traumatizing. But I'm gonna do this because the story is spooky. Well, anyways, because it became so common that she would stand behind me doing the dishes, I thought maybe she's a nice ghost. Maybe she isn't mean. She's carrying a child. Maybe she's just interested in what I'm doing. Meet me in part 2.